welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 152. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, Parafines dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2 _012 hell. Well, this could end up being one of the most demonic things I ever looked up here. Actually all we got is a single executable. Oh, here we go. Hell 12. Elevators from Hell by John Schramko? I'm guessing that's Schramko or Schramko. I don't know. Version 1.2s apparently. You, this guy, want out. Exit, which is probably the out. But first, you must pick up all 7 gems using the up arrow key when you pass them. Use the left and right arrow keys to walk back and forth and to enter and leave an open elevator. Signal the elevator with the up and down arrow keys when passing the center buttons. When inside the elevator, choose your floor with the number keys. Try not to encounter the robo-guard, which is patrolling the building. Press the escape key to exit the game. So it almost sounds like this is going to be inspired by, like, what was that game called? Like Elevator Madness or something like that? Or Elevator Action? I don't know. Ooh, and I can already tell it's running way too fast. Let me adjust the cycles here. That's still kind of fast. I just noticed there's no sound. Okay, let's try this again. So I've got to get the gems, so you got that one. Okay, I see what's happening here. And then we go into the elevator. Okay, there we go. So the robot guard's gonna come after me here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Why'd it close? Why'd it close on me? Okay. Well, let's try this again. So yeah, he does have to hit the button like that. So I guess part of the trick is like calling the elevator like first in a sense. So now he's going to go up there. Why did it shut off again? Why is the elevator working in such a weird way? Wait a minute. Well, that's not very nice. Okay, I'm kind of at a loss as to what I'm supposed to do here. So like I can call the elevator here. It's going to close again. Yeah, there's not actually enough time to reach the elevator after you hit the button if it's already down there. Why would you make the game like that? Unless it's more cycles related, like I could try turning it down further. Okay, so the elevator opens. Maybe the cycles actually need to be higher. Nope. I don't get what's wrong here. Why does the elevator keep closing like that? Okay. Well, that was Elevators from Hell. It kind of feels a bit one-dimensional. It's hard to really describe. Like, I see what the guy was going for with this game, but at the same time, it feels very... It just doesn't feel controllable. Like, clearly you do have some level of control, but at the same time, it's like it takes longer to run from the button to the elevator than if it's like too long to get into it. So you're fighting the mechanics at the same time as you're trying to survive. Like, it would have made more sense if, like, the buttons were, like, right next to the elevator so that you could call the specific elevator, right? And then you could go into that elevator and hit the things and everything. The way it is, having one button that controls... Like, I mean, obviously, having the buttons that control all the elevators kind of makes more sense in terms of how elevators actually work. But it's just... I don't know. I didn't see any information in terms of, like, registration or anything, so this is probably freeware, and for a free game, like, it at least looks the part, but it definitely doesn't play the part. Next up, Brendan of RetroSwim has dug up WINGAMES /strategy/Des for Win. Maybe some kind of game called, like, Desert Storm for Windows? I'm having trouble figuring what DES would be. Let's see here. There's an Atlantic and a Pacific bitmap. I got a funny feeling I might be onto something here. Nope, it stands for Destroyer for Windows. All the thrill and excitement of the classical naval combat game in today's electronic world, lively animation, vivid graphics, sound effects, and rule variations enhance the game to a new level of fun. Historical integrity is maintained in all of the ships and aircraft presented in the game. Dogfights and ship formations represent accurate depictions of World War II scenarios. I had to stop scrolling to see how many capital I's there were. Destroyer for Windows offers 2 views of sea battles. Pacific Ocean View will reenact the naval war between American and Japanese forces. Atlantic Ocean View will reenact the naval war between British and German forces. Okay. Anything in the help file here? Well, apparently it was done by Don Krafchick and Stephen Kinch. So, let's see. What's the registration? Ooh. Apparently asking for a $20 registration fee to a Timberline software. And apparently the copyright's 93. Well, I do like they got some extra graphics here in the help file. Although admittedly some of it does look like it might be clip art, but that's fine. It's not like I don't own clip art CDs. It's chances are if you've done any kind of business work whatsoever, you probably have a clip art collection sitting around somewhere. Well, let's see what happens if we run it. Okay, so from what I'm reading here, it seems like you get the full sound experience if you register. Otherwise, it's probably just not going to be as much sound. Okay, so it's a Battleship clone. I guess I should have expected that. Okay, so let's see. Options, preferences. Standard and Salvo games. What? Huh. Yeah, actually, it doesn't look like there's any sound here. But what does it mean by standard and salvo? Oh no, that's an interesting concept. So for every ship that you still have available on your side of the board, you get that many shots on every turn. That's an interesting way of doing it. Although, that kind of handicaps whoever loses a ship first. So it's probably not as balanced as playing it like the standard way. Although just for fun, let's do it the salvo way. So preferences, salvo mode. And apparently you actually get different, different ships with different, well, I guess they're the same animation. Yeah, it's the same animation on all the ships. Although it is neat that it has the different looks there. Well, I guess setup. So apparently we can do a quick pick here. Okay, I was kind of worried it might just be basic graphics on here, but no, it actually does show proper graphics here. So let's see, what layout do I want? I'm okay with this layout. So it looks like it has the, it looks like the standard array of ships that you would find in a Battleship game. You've got a size 2 ship, 2 size 3 ships, including the sub and the... Well, it actually says right here what they are. We got destroyer, submarine, cruiser, battleship, and aircraft carrier. Okay. So, I guess... start? Oh, and of course, the computer gets a hit on the very first shot. Although he missed the next one. Although that probably means he's going to, yep, figure out that it's vertical. So already I'm at a disadvantage because, yep, sank your cruiser. Okay, my shot. Let's go right here. That's a miss. Here. Oh, I actually hit something. Now the interesting question would be if it's actually showing me which vessel I hit. Although none of these look like submarines. So probably not? I don't know. Let's try here. Yep, that's another hit. How about right here? Oh, wow. Oh, and they're not the same vessels either. Because I don't have a U-boat. He got a U-boat. I didn't get a U-boat. Interesting. Anywho, so it's the computer's turn again. And immediately he hits my aircraft carrier. Well, brilliant. But he's only got 4 shots now, so he can't actually take down the aircraft carrier on this turn. Okay, he's figured out it's vertical. I don't like the fact he's going up like that. Okay, my turn again. Let's see if I can sink another one of his ships. Oh, I actually did get one of his ships. Another U-boat. Apparently he gets 2 U-boats. I have to wonder if this is actually showing, like, which part of the ship I actually hit. Meaning, I don't think it's going to be here. So this might be like giving me a slight advantage by showing this for me. So let's try like that. That's exactly what's happening. So it is actually giving me a hint as to what his ships are like. Now I have to wonder if it's processing that same kind of hint system for the AI. Because that would explain why he decided to go all the way up like that. That darn it, he keeps hitting my ships on the first try. You freaking AI. Let's try J4. Ooh, that is definitely a hit. On his battleship, no less. Now that didn't look like it was all the way to the rear, so I'm going to guess that it's horizontal. Good guess. Okay, let's take down his battleship. Ooh, and down it goes. So, all things considered, we've played a bunch of Battleship clones here on Shovelware Diggers I can't pronounce anything. Shovelware Diggers so far. And so far, this is actually one of the better ones I've seen. It didn't look like there was a 2-player mode. Admittedly, it's kind of hard to do a 2-player mode in a game like this. Because both players have to... You kind of have to make sure that the players can't see their own sides, right? But anyway, so this is actually playing pretty well. Let's try to finish out the game here. Now, I'm about to go down to 1 shot, but he's also about to go down to 1 shot once I finish this thing off, but it's actually going to take 3 more turns. Oh, he almost got it. He's hit, like, everything around the sub and not the sub. The only trick with me is that I still have his smallest ship to destroy, and that could be in so many different places. And he got my submarine. Unless I got incredibly lucky in the next few turns, he's probably won this. Nope. Yeah, it's not possible for me to win anymore. He's got it. And I couldn't find his little ship. And I am done. So yeah, that was Destroyer for Windows. This is actually a really competently done Battleship clone. So I would say if you like Battleship in general, then this would probably be a good one to seek out. Though finding a registered copy might be a little tricky. I do have to wonder what the sound effects would be like. Again, there's no sound because it's not registered. That's what the registration was for. But yeah, it's a pretty decent Battleship clone. And our last dig for today comes from Eli Malinsky. WINGAMES /GG/Knight. Who wants to guess we're going to be saving some damsels in distress, huh? Like, I mean, with a knight like Knight. Although, that's interesting. There's a Knight and a Knight too. Well, this one just says K-Tour, so maybe it stands for Knight's Tour. They're probably different games given how different the names are, so we'll leave this one for somebody else to dig up. So let's just load up K-Tour. Knight's Tour. Does it maximize? Sort of? This isn't something I encounter often, but occasionally people will write their software so that if you hit the maximize button, instead of taking up the entire screen, it'll force itself to a particular size. Like, that's not there's not a lot of software that does that, but it's definitely not unheard of. So let's just resize it as big as we can here. And we'll go with that. So, Knight's Tour. What's the about say? Made by a Todd Morley, and registration for it is $10. Let's see, how to play. Move the knight by clicking the left mouse button with the knight cursor on the square where you want your next move to be. The move must follow the rules of chess for a knight. Okay, so move like a knight in chess. What's the objective? Object of the game is to turn the entire board black. Oh. This is actually a puzzle game, isn't it? So you have to turn the entire board a single color by using knight moves. Is that even possible? Like, maybe. And so far, it seems to be working out somewhat okay. Like, I'm kind of just winging it right now. I'm not really paying too much attention to how I'm doing this, but it seems like it could work. And it actually gives you the option to backtrack if you want to try again. It's like do moves over here. Although I think I'd have to backtrack quite a bit if I wanted to win. So, yeah. What's the save moves? Okay, so if you actually want to save, like, your progress or something. Interesting. So yeah, there's not really much more to see about this one. So it's a puzzle game where you're trying to move your knight onto as many spaces of the board as possible. I guess it's probably doable, given how much of the board I was able to clear. I wasn't even, like, paying too much close attention to it. I was just thinking what made kind of sense, and, well, here we are. So yeah, that was Knight's Tour, a very basic puzzle game. I do like the fact that it resizes properly, because there's not a lot of games that do that. Oh, and you can even actually make it really tiny. So, I don't know. Like, if this kind of puzzle game appeals to you, then $10 is probably... It's still probably on the high side of things, just because of how simple it is. But at the same time, it works fine, so... Yeah, I guess if this is your kind of thing, this one's fine too.